Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, Messages from Venus. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Today we are reviewing the 78 Tarot Nutanical, yes, Tarot of the Water. And this is a global art collaboration with different artists. This deck was much bigger than I thought it was going to be, so I took off the names of the artists at the bottom because I feel like it was kind of like a little bit of a distraction to the actual beautiful artwork that is depicted in this deck. If you guys want to see the 60-second first impressions, my unboxing, etc., you guys can check out my Instagram. These are the extra cards that it came with as a part of the promotion of other decks that might be coming out or that have already came out via the 78 Tarot business. So this is the Animantras Chakra Oracle deck. It's a mini deck with adorable critters to help you align your chakras and find your wild. Then we have their business cards, which is beautiful gold in the back. I don't know if it's focusing enough. Is it focusing? No, it's focusing. Okay. So this is their business cards, you guys. They are the artists, the cards, the tarots, etc. This is a little pamphlet that talks about other 78 tarot collaborations and projects, other decks. Of course, this is the one that we're reviewing, which is the Nutanical. And this is where they first started back in 2014 as a Kickstarter. Somewhere along the line, I would like to have all of the decks. I'm a big collector, huge collector of tarot decks. I'm very much behind in my what you call it? Oh my goodness. In my video reviews, which as of right now I have probably over 200 deck reviewed or decks that I've reviewed, but some of which are in my collection still and others are not. However, this is a beautiful pamphlet. You guys can follow them on all of their social medias and talk to them on the internet, how to connect with people, but eventually I will have all of the tarot decks. I think this pamphlet is old. They might have added at least 1 or 2 decks after these 4 collaborations. And this is very much an indie deck, you guys. And then they have... Oh, and this little pamphlet here, you guys can use as a bookmark as well, because it's very easy to use as a bookmark. Then they sent over kind of like a card that is part of the deck, or that is included in the deck, but they send it separately. It's not signed or anything. However, it's gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. And I remember during the time of where I first received this deck, look how gorgeous that is. When I first received this deck, I was going into a time or into a phase of my life where I was going through like an emotional distress. I was at one of these law offices and I was going through so much. I didn't really understand why, like why I was going through what I was going through, and I was very much awake. I knew who I was. However, I didn't know all of my story, and nor did I know a lot of my power. So this card here allowed me to realize there was a bigger picture, and then that's when I decided to let it all go, and let the stuff go. And so I did, and so the cosmos started responding to me when I made my sacrifice. So it's a very special deck to me, you guys. I want to say that I bought it off of Etsy. This is another card. I want to say that this is the extra card that came with the deck, and I love it. However, I leave these cards. I'm sorry if you guys, if I hurt the microphone so that it hurt your ears, but I leave these cards within the bag that I have it in, together with another deck, which is a mermaid theme, water theme deck, which is this one, which I have to review. But this is the bag that it comes in, and I leave it all together because I haven't found the book that I can put it together with as of yet. But this is a meditate card, and it's beautiful because when you do go into meditation, and after you see your amazing colors, your amazing lights, even though you have a lot of colors, even though you have a lot of information coming through via your meditation, it's very much black and white because you understand what is black, what is white, how to mix the colors together to create the rainbow that life is. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful depiction of what meditation is. Then you have the actual pamphlet that tells you what the cards are, the keywords, the meaning of the cards, and the creator of the picture of the card, or the illustrator, I mean. So it's a very nice little book that they have and they put together. Very nicely put together. Very nice packaging also. And these are the backs of the cards. Beautiful blue. It's like an aqua blue, goldenish, yellowish type of color in the back. Now, let's get to the cards. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, this is the Fool. I don't know if my lighting is doing it justice, but this is the Fool. And so there's 78 cards in a tarot deck, you guys. And so each of the cards was illustrated by a different artist. So you're gonna get a different feel of what the cards are actually say. And then when you put them together, because they're from different artists, it's like a totally different world, and you can get so much information from each card, but then it also tells the story. And they respect the Rider-Waite-Smith very, very, very much. Very much. And then you have cards such as this one that are kind of like extra cards. This one is Whimsy, and then, you know, the meditation card or the meditate card that I took out. But for the most part, there are 78 cards in here, each of which have a different artist, and you can tell that the artists use beautiful colors. Some of the depictions are digital, some of them are water based. It teaches you not just about the tarot, but it also teaches you about art and how to appreciate art for what it is and for what it's not. Beautiful. It's also not a feminist nor a masculine deck. It appreciates and points each positive and negative parts of the feminine, the divine feminine, and the divine masculine within all of us. And even when the cards are supposed to show some sort of hurt, some sort of pain, in this deck, it does not show that as much as other decks have, or other decks do show in other Rider-Waite-Smith clones. Like you see that it's painful, but it's not so much pain. It's like beautiful pain. It's like a lot of release, a lot of water energy, and the water energy that's in this deck is so potent. It is so well put together. It is so well described and illustrated that the pain of what's supposed to be illustrated, like for example the Four of Swords, amongst other cards, doesn't really hurt people when you're doing the reading, because sometimes the illustration is everything. Sometimes people, for example me, if I'm doing a reading and I'm showing people the reading on the internet, and I'm showing them and they're looking at the depiction, it just, sometimes it hurts. Sometimes they see other things. Like, for example, look, the tower isn't as crazy, but it tells you so much, but you're learning so much. It's beautiful. The Ten of Wands, you can still feel the energy again. It's like a swift feeling. Look at this cat. So cute. It also somehow gives you a lot of the story of Atlantis. Like, if I knew of a place called Atlantis would be real, and I'll be absolutely positive and sure, not to say that I'm not, but I can't prove it to anybody, even though I'm very much sure that the Atlantis actually did exist. Even though if I'm talking to a human that isn't into my spiritual practice, they won't understand it, and that's okay. But it does give a depiction of like what Atlantis would feel like if Atlantis would be on the planet or on the surface as of right now. It also shows pictures like these that are animals. If you guys do not like pictures of animals with any sort of clothing on, then this is not a depiction for you. Oh my gosh. Beautiful artwork. Beautiful. A lot of people might say that this deck is a little childish because it has depictions such as this one, but it's not. It's just another piece of work, another piece of artwork that will allow you to appreciate art for what it is. And there's different ways of touching on art, and different ways of expressing art, different colors you can use, different ways you can express the same message, like the Seven of Swords. This is a message of the Seven of Swords. Would you ever try to depict the message of the Seven of Swords like this? Not everybody can do that. All the while using the tarot, not everybody can do it. Look. Oh my God. I also feel like this deck, you guys, I'm not going to show you guys all the depictions, but I do feel like this deck is one of those decks that allows you to tap into different worlds and meditation. You can use this deck if you don't want to read with it as part of your meditation sessions, where you can look at depictions and start manifesting due to the pictures, due to the worlds, due to the portals that are being opened every time a picture goes, you know, on top of a table or for a reading. And as you can see, the images are not whitewashed at all. There's a lot of variety here, not just with humans, not just with nautical beings, with water beings, but just everything. Oh, boo boo. It's a kitty. What else can I say about this deck? I don't know, I just wanted to show you guys more pictures. Anyway, the deck is huge. It did not come trimmed the way I have it trimmed, and it's still big and huge. I do not read reversals with this deck. I don't see the reason to read reversals, but you can still shuffle them as you wish. I just have smaller hands, but that is my review, and that is all I have to say about this deck. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.